So there's something a little different about me. So I've wanted this side shave for a really long time, and recently I was going to get my hair cut anyway, and at first I was going for the kind of long bangs in the front where they kind of end like right over here and they're kind of wispy, so if I don't like it, I thought that I could just, push them to the side and it would be fine. But then my boyfriend convinced me into getting the side shave that I always wanted, so obviously I did, and I love it. The only con to the side shave is that it's pretty cold outside still, so this side of my head gets really chilly and really cold, so I always have to wear my hood up. But other than that, yeah, I love it. So for Earth, I wanted this look to be mainly blue, just because I feel like as an outsider, I would see Earth as a water planet because it's 70% covered in water. But I also did a green for the land. Yeah, that's pretty much my thought process for this. So if you want to get this eye look as well, then please keep watching. I look like I shaved all my hair off. I'm going to be going into Sugarpill's Mochi, and this will be my transition shade of sorts. And for this shade, I'm placing it pretty high up like usual. I'm pretty much just placing it in an arc above my crease. Then I'm going to take NYX's glitter primer and putting that all over my eyelid. I'm trying my best to blend this out as best as I can. For my other eye, I didn't really do that, and you can see that some of my darker shadow just sticks to the primer and doesn't really blend out, so I'm trying my hardest. Next, I'm going into Sugarpill Royal Shadow, which looks like this, and I'm going to take some of the product on my brush and tap it off, and this will ensure less fallout for us. I'm going to be placing this mostly on the inner 2/3 of my eyelid, and I'm just packing this down. If there's a little space over here, that's fine because we're going to be covering that up anyway. And you can kind of see this little patchy area on the other eye where I didn't really blend out my glitter primer, so that's what kind of happens. Then I'm going into my Kat Von D Mi Vida Loca Remix palette. I know this is limited edition and sold out 2 years ago, but it's still one of my favorite palettes, so I'm going into Synth. I think the Kat Von D Divine or Divine palette, I don't know how to pronounce it, but that palette looks like it has a similar blue, and for this I'm just placing it right over that loose shadow. I'm actually going to go into it with a bigger brush. I'm doing this pretty heavy-handed. I'm gonna add a little bit more mochi to this top area here, and I'm just using the other side of the brush. Now I'm going into yet another limited edition palette that was released 2 years ago, and this is the Anastacio Artist palette, and I'm going to be using Blue Velvet over here. I'm not sure of any shades that are similar, but it's just a dark blue, and if anything I think a dark purple would probably work as well, even though it won't give the same effect, but it's more or less the same, I think. And with this I'm depositing it onto the outer corner, and then I'm using my smaller blending brush to blend that out. And I need a little more Blue Velvet, so I'm just putting that on with my smaller brush and then blending it out with the bigger brush. Since it's a little hard for me to blend out, I'm going back into Synth from that Kat Von D palette and using that to blend it out. Again, with a really heavy hand. You know, I feel like such a hypocrite sometimes because I'm like, oh, I like just putting on a little bit of shadow so I can build things up because it's so much easier to build up than to take away when you've added too much, and then now I'm like, pack that on. And then I'm going back into our Royal Sugar shade from Sugarpill and just packing that on top once again because we lost a little bit with all that blending. Okay, I'm going to put on some winged liner and I'll be back. Okay, I am back, obviously. I'm going to be taking the CYO Metallic Eye Stick. I have no idea what this shade is called, but it says CYO Metallic Eye Stick Sweeping Statement, so I'm just going to leave that out there. Anyway, I'm going to take this and I'm just going to be running this on my waterline. And then I'm going to be taking my little blending brush and putting a little bit of synth onto that and dragging that across the lower lash line. But yeah, I'm just putting that on my lower lash line and then bringing it down just a little bit to under my eye bag. And then I'm taking my little pencil brush with a little bit of Blue Velvet on it and just running that through as well. More so to define this area than to coat it with color. And you can't even see what I'm doing. I'm gonna blend this out just a little bit more with that small blending brush, but without any additional product on the brush. Okay, and then for my inner corner, I'm using Sugarpill's Lumi. I'm just packing that on. I'll be doing my usual eyelash things and then I'll be back. So this is just with curled lashes and mascara. And this is how it looks like with lashes. And these are the Siren lashes from House of Lashes. And this is the look as a whole. For my lips I use Fenty Beauty's Midnight Wasabi. Yeah. I don't know what Rihanna did for this color, but it's weirdly wearable. That's all for this video, and thank you so much for watching, and we will have Mars in the next video. Bye!